throughout our journey here in Belgium, we found many monuments and stories of American soldiers. One of the interesting ones here is with this house here. During World War II, right before the Battle of the Bulge, the American soldiers actually came and stayed here at this house. There were hundreds of them. In fact, they stayed out in tents in the fields. And then when they went off to the battles, they actually left a lot of artifacts behind because they didn't want to take them into the battle. So Mr. Smets, who was a young boy at the time, collected them and kept them. And now there's a museum honoring the soldiers who fought in World War II.
My husband, he was a little boy during World War II and he became German. So and he was German for more than 4 years and then liberated on 9/11/44.
We had not enough food here, and when the American came, she gave a chocolate, give a candy. We had no more candy for 4 years, and the American, it was very nice.
They moved the 305th from the 8th Air Force to St. Tron, Belgium, which was in the 9th Air Force. And that is actually where I spent the rest of my military career. I took quite a few tours, and one of them included a visit to Marcel and Mathilde's museum.
The veterans don't tell stories to their families. They tell it here. It's easier here because they fought here. And we understand the suffering and what they went through. Because some veterans told me in America they would not believe us. So they didn't tell so much. They tell more here when they come back.
I remember when the American make the cemetery in Henri Chapelle, I see the truck full of body came to burn it to the cemetery. I can never forget. It's just not covered. And you see 2 lines on the road, red line with the blood. These soldiers, I can never forget this.
Yeah, they're great people, as you found out, and have done a tremendous amount of activity in connection with those of us who fought in that battle.
For me, these men are from the greatest generation, and they came all, they were drafted, most of them, so there was no choice, 18 years old. And I think what they did their duty, and I think our duty is at least to remember. So that's what we do with our museum, and the name of the museum is Remember Museum. We try to keep their memory alive. As long as we are around, we will do that. It's our duty.